What's going on, Hedgehog Outdoor fam? So in the last one, we talked about how I believe 95% of TV hunters cannot actually hunt. They cannot go out in the public woods and find a deer and kill a deer and do all that. So in this one, I want to talk about raising your kids up to have high expectations of hunting, unrealistic expectations of hunting. Like a kid's first deer should not be a 180-inch whitetail buck. You know, you shouldn't pay good money for your kid to kill their first deer. You need to take them out in the woods. You need to teach them how to hunt deer properly. And if their first deer is a doe, that's fantastic. If you got to teach them that, you know, deer hunting is about not only respecting the animal, it's about getting food. It's not about racks on the wall. It's not about, you know, bragging rights. It's not about any of that. If the people who take their kids out and only hunt private land and, you know, go to all these big ranches and only kill big deer, they're really just raising trophy hunters who think that they're better than, you know, everybody else, better than the kid that, you know, went out with his dad and they tracked down a deer on public land. And yeah, it might have been a 4-point, it might have been a spike, it might have been a doe. It doesn't matter. But in all honesty, if when it comes down to the brass tacks, that kid that went out and killed that doe will be a better hunter than the kid who grows up hunting private land and, you know, going to all these big ranches, killing all these big deer, sitting in blinds and all that. If that's all they know, they're not ever really a true hunter. They're just a guy with a checkbook. The kid who goes out with his dad and actually tracks these animals and finds out how to hunt these animals properly, not only does he gain these survival skills and these life skills, but he has a deeper understanding and respect for the sport and the animal. On top of that, when it comes down to TV hunters, they give kids unrealistic expectations of, man, I'm going to go out and I'm going to kill these monster bucks, you know, when in all honesty, if you're not hunting green fields, you're not hunting private land, chances of killing a monster buck on public land is slim to none depending on where you live at. Now, I've seen a few, and I've missed a few really good deer, and I've seen good deer killed on public land, but it's few and far between compared to guys I know that have killed, you know, a bunch of really good bucks, and they only kill bucks on on private land and on, you know, ranches and stuff they pay to go hunt. And I'm not dissing people who, you know, pay for hunting leases and stuff like that. Like, I understand it and I respect it. You know, hunting leases are a little different. But if you're going to a high fence ranch where they're growing massive deer, you know, you're not hunting anymore. You're going out there and you're shooting cows.